Okay, little update. I did not do yesterday what I was just talking about in the previous video. Because we took a road trip again. So, now it's Monday. And mail call again. My 2 presser feet came today. We'll see how these work. They're both made by Distinctive. This is going to be my Stitch in the Ditch one. It has a little guide in it. It's actually called an edge joining foot. And this is my new 1/4 inch seam presser foot. It says with guide. So we'll see how that works. I don't know if that's going to be, like I said before, any better than what I've got on my machine. I know this one's going to help. So those came today, and the black webbing came today. So this is going to be a whole lot easier to work with. And what I think I'm going to do is finish up those 2 bags. The longest part of that will be putting the webbing on and sewing it, but it doesn't take that long. I could do it this afternoon. All 4 bags would be done. I think that's a grand idea. That project would be completed. I like completed projects. I really do. But the other thing I did was I've got all my 10-inch squares to go with these here. I took these off the bed. So now I've got to be able to put these away. I need willpower to put these away because I want to start sewing these together. You know, I just want to jump from one thing to the other. It's like, oh, I want to see how this looks. I want to start sewing these. But I can't do that yet. I can't do that. Got to finish that. Got to work on that one. So, got to put this back in the container. So, this is actually going to be the one after that quilt. I'll just show you this. I don't know if I did before. I don't think so. This is actually, I don't know where those came from. Ah, it came from here. This is actually going to be another pinwheel quilt. Believe it or not, I'm using a layer cake. And hopefully I have enough darks and lights to go together to make pinwheels. And a lady that Richard works with has requested this one. So these are 10-inch blocks. They'll get quartered so that they're 5-inch blocks. We're looking at probably a brown background on these. These were a couple of the greens that I had cut up to make a pinwheel. So, after the Disappearing 9 patch comes the diamond one, which needs to go away. And then after the diamond one is going to be this one, which will be another pinwheel. But this will be obviously different. All the pinwheels will be different. I bought a second layer cake because this is actually going to be a very large one. Going to be very big. So, since those are out, I thought I'd show you that. So that's what we got going. So I'm gonna finish up the 2 totes. I want that project done. Get that done. So Christmas pinwheel quilt is going tomorrow. Its owner is coming to pick it up, so that's pretty exciting. If those can be sent off to Jack the Ripped, and then I'll get these blocks and flannel and batting cut out, and I can start working on my Disappearing 9 patch, which is going to be really awesome once I start putting that together. So that's where we're at today. Woohoo! Just an aside on my stripology ruler, I found it easier just to cut the fabric, my 10-inch squares out of the fabric, just on my cutting board versus using this. Because the fabric was light, it was taking longer to make sure my block was squared up according to this square here than it did just to do it on here. It might have been more uniform, but it was just it's a little more time consuming to make sure I had it lined up correctly. And I didn't have enough to risk making any kind of an error. But I do look forward to using this for cutting bindings. This is going to be, or any kind of strips that I need to cut. That's the whole purpose for this. So, it's going to be cool. I like it.